When I first saw the Velox, I thought it looked absolutely amazing, and I still do. It has a very interesting and subjectively awesome design, and I loved the reload animation. The one thing I was very curious about, what is the gimmick of the weapon? Turns out it doesn't consume any ammo every 5th shot. Yeah. But hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be diving deeper into this secondary weapon. As per the usual, I'm gonna have a cheap build, something affordable that most players should be able to build, but we also got a Riven for this one. Do bear in mind that the Riven disposition for all brand new weapons in Warframe is 0.5 out of 5. More details on that just a tad later. Please keep in mind that my builds and guides usually take a new player friendly approach. I like to take my time and explain a lot of the aspects that veteran players should already be accustomed to. So in case you're a vet and you already know most of the stuff, please bear with me. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Velox. Let's begin by checking out how the weapon handles without any mods equipped, and for that, just a couple of free shots. The Velox is a secondary weapon which has an automatic trigger, so basically it's an automatic pistol, but it does have a bit of a twist to it. First off though, the accuracy on this one is quite nice. Now, it might seem like it's firing projectiles, these little bullets that fly out and all whatnot, but this is a hit scan weapon. Though it does need a second or two to actually stabilize the recoil, as you can see. Now it's stable, but it does kind of like climb up and all whatnot. Now it also has a bit of a gimmick to it, actually two gimmicks if you count it in the hands of Protea. The point is, this one consumes no ammo for every 5th shot, okay, in every set of 5. You get how that one works. So yeah, it's a bit more ammo efficient. Hooray for lifeless and dead gimmicks. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In the hands of Protea, this one will not consume ammo for every 2nd and 5th shot in every set of 5. You get how that one works. Yes, of course. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. It's a standard automatic pistol with a climbing recoil, and it has decent accuracy, and a good fire rate, and a healthy magazine of 62. And let's check out the stats to see exactly what we're dealing with. Mod capacity is 60 out of 60, and as soon as you finish building your Velox, it's gonna have 30 out of 30 jump into actions and install the Auto King Catalyst, which will be doubling your mod capacity. Now this one you can get from Nightwave, you can get one from the Daily Sortie, a blueprint that is, and you can also penny pay... penny pay. I'm gonna roll with that one. And you can also pay 20 plat to have one installed. Oh, and also it appears on alerts and invasions after dev streams. Now you will notice that my Velox has only been formatted 4 times, and for me that's unusual. That's because it comes with 2 V symbols by default, so it's not a format heavy weapon. For the build, I'm recommending you guys maximum 2 more V symbols should be enough, depending if you have a Riven or not for this one. And don't worry, we're gonna talk a bit more about Rivens. Accuracy is gonna be 25 on this one. Yes, you can go with Magnum Force if you so desire. Allow me to show you Magnum Force plus multi-shot, especially considering that the weapon really needs more sources of damage. And I'll show you why that is in a second, actually. So let's take the 15 meter test. This would be something along here. Yeah, that's been 15 meters. Stabilized, and most of the bullets will be landing somewhat in the crosshairs. If that's not good enough for you, then don't use Magnum Force, but I think it's good enough, especially considering that this is a bullet hose of sorts. Critical chance and critical damage. Bam, bam, bam. 14 with 1.8. That's horrible, Leyzar. That's terrible, and you're right. Yeah, it's pretty bad. What can I tell you? I mean, even if you have the Prime mods, and let's assume you have, even like this, I mean, so low, it's not really worth it. Now, don't misunderstand, it's not fantastic from a mathematical point of view, but if you want to put critical chance and critical damage on this one, nobody's gonna stop you, trust me. I would say go with damage and more elementals instead of critical chance and critical damage. Fire rate by default of 15, which is solid with the magazine of 62, but keep in mind that every 5th shot you don't consume a bullet, so keep that one in mind. A multi-shot of 1, noise alarming, reload of 2.6 seconds. Now this one, is decent. What I do enjoy about this weapon, and I know it's such a weird thing to like, I like the reload animation. Check it out. It reloads and then flips it over the shoulder. Wait, where did it go? See? It's right here. I don't know why I like that, but I do, so there you go. That one. Anyway, Riven disposition of 1 out of 5, my friends. What the hell is happening, man? Normally, brand new weapons added to Warframe have a Riven disposition of 3 out of 5, but recently they changed that, okay, so we're going to be getting a Riven disposition of 0.5 for brand new weapons, but they also have the possibility to climb in Riven disposition a whole lot faster than before. From my point of view, I don't like the change. Okay, I understand the rationale, the reasoning, and I applaud it, but I still somehow don't like it. So there you go. Status chance of 22% by default. That considering the fire rate, considering the amount of bullets you're going to be putting into an enemy really quick, that is fantastic. The damage layout. Impact, puncture, slash. You got the whole array, and slash is highest by a country mile, which will enable us to make some very interesting builds. And speaking about builds, we got a whole lot of damage with Hornet Strike, multi-shot with Battle Diffusion, Lethal Torrent, and we also got Magnum Force for damage. Critical chance, no, there's no crit chance and crit damage here, my friends. We got two 60-60 mods for now, forming viral damage with Pistol, Pestilence, and Frostbite. We also got one fire rate mod. I believe that on this weapon you should have at least one fire rate mod. And you're gonna say, hold on, that's not the best fire rate mod. It's actually anemic agility, right? And you should use this one instead. Actually, you can use both if you really want to, as you can see. But the point here is that the trade-off between these two is basically 18% fire rate at the cost of 15% damage. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the same proposition as you would have Vile Acceleration versus Speed Trigger on primary weapons. From my humble point of view, I would go with Gunslinger. But if you want anemic agility, go with anemic agility. Minus 15% damage simply takes away 15% from Magnum Force or Hornet Strike. It's really not that big of a deal. Last slot, right? We still got slots. Well, you can go with more damage, more flat damage. Auger Pack, 90% extra damage. Good, yes, yes, absolutely. Now, this one is beautiful for one reason and one reason only, because only 90% damage is really not all that high. It's beautiful because it doesn't mess with the stat priority, and this matters in the case of the Velox, simply because you can make this one into a slasher if you go, well, it's still a slasher right now, but if you were to go with Maim right now, alright? You got your stat priority, viral, slash, and then impact and puncture. It really does matter in this case. This is the first build we're going to be testing, then we're going to switching things up a little bit. It's not the final build, it's just a build I recommend for this one. What should we use in the Open Excellence mod slot? Here you go, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter all that much. Pistol ammo mutation in case you're guzzling ammo way too quickly, especially if you put on some fire rate. You can go with something like this if you so desire. Honestly, that mod slot doesn't make a huge difference because you can get your ammo back in 15 different ways. Okay, not 15, but still more than one. So, there you go. Level 120 Corrupted Heavy Goons, my friends. Gonna go straight for headshots. Take a look at the slash. Take a look at that slash, boys. Those are 39 slashes in that guy. 39, my friends. And a whole lot of vital procs, which will be increasing the damage of our slashes. Look at that. 10 vitals, 30 slashes. That's weird, isn't it? Considering the proc priority, I got 30 slashes and only 10 vitals. That is RNG Jesus for you, my friends. RNG Jesus. 44 slashes, 10 vitals. Oh, wait, I forgot I can't go past 10 vitals. My bad. Yes, you cannot go past 10 vital procs. So there's that. 43 slashes, 9 punctures, 7 impacts, and the usual 10 virals. As you can see, the weapon definitely can pack a punch, so if you like playing with bullet hoses, definitely go for the Velox. This is not the only build you can go for. Perhaps you are tired of Viral and Slash as much as I am tired of Viral and Slash. And it's weird because it's only been like the one go-to meta for about, I don't know, a few months now or something like that. What you can do is forget about Maim, because honestly, plus IPS mods in Warframe still don't have as great of an impact as I would have liked, and usually it's best to avoid them. Okay, again, keep in mind this excellence slot doesn't really matter all that much. Use whatever you want, okay? Okay. Actually, I would argue it's not really worth the plat to actually unlock this one or the excellence slot, but that's not important. What is important? What was important? We were talking... Oh, yes! Build diversity. Yes, yes. If we have such things. You can go with another 60-60 mod. Check this one out. I'm up to 61.6 status chance. And I also got heat on the weapon. Right now, heat in Warframe is the most powerful single element you can get. Outside of Slash. And Slash is also powerful depending on the circumstances. If you got status chance. If you don't have a whole lot of... Yeah, it's complicatio, my friends. Complicatio. Don't need to know all of that stuff. Right, right. Laser, your videos are too long. Laser. It sucks. Level 120 Corrupted Heavy Goons, this time with the 60-60 heat mod instead of the slash mod. We can do something like so, my friends. As you can see, it still basically annihilates everything that you shoot at within a magazine. Now, with heat on the weapon, I'm also removing some of that armor, so subsequent shots will be dealing more and more damage to the target. Believe it or not, it's kind of a bit more powerful with Maim. in this specific circumstance. As you can see, I got heat, I got vitals up to 10, I got basically everything, but you can play the weapon like so if you so desire. Other options, I told you about Auger Pack, right? Because it doesn't mess with the stat priority. That's also a very good option. Now, you can also make it fire really, really fast for no freaking reason. Now, don't misunderstand, this is basically where the point when you kind of get diminishing returns because of all the fire rate. There's no actual diminishing returns per se, but basically it's not really worth doing this outside of the fun factor, because you got Anemic Agility, Gunslinger, and Lethal Torrent. So 60% fire rate, 72, 132, and another 90 on that one. So that's what, 222? That's actually 222 fire rate. Nice. With a fire rate of 48.3 total on the pistol. Why are we doing this? For fun! Why do you play Warframe? Jesus, what a question. Why do you do this? Now that is pretty quick. I'm not feeling a huge difference from before, though. I don't remember if there's actually a cap on fire rate in Warframe or not. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. Honestly, I'm having way too much fun with this review. More so than I normally do. And I think that's pretty much it. Yay, fire rate. Honestly, I didn't feel that huge of a difference from before, so I'm wondering if there's actually a cap or not. I might be wrong. That's not important. Now, one last check to make sure that Mag didn't have corrosive projection. Oh, thank God. I would have had to re-record the whole thing if she did. I forgot to check before. What? Let's talk about Rivens! Yay! Riven disposition of 1. Holy God, why? Now, this one isn't mine. It's a loaner from a viewer. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I think his name was The Last Envoy. The Last Envoy. You saw Altered Carbon on Netflix. It's actually a pretty good show. You should check it out. And it has Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So there's that. Now, this one, fire rate, damage, multi-shot minus puncture. Where's the critical chance, critical damage? We already talked about that. No crit chance, no crit damage on this one, okay? Give it a skip for now. The minus puncture will be reducing puncture's proc priority, which is fantastic because I can get more of the procs I want. Maybe I want more impact because I lost it, okay? So I want more impact, more slash, whatever you guys want. Now on this build, I got 3 of the 60/60 mods, Frostbite, Pistol Pestilence for viral, and of course I also got Scorch as well, the 60/60 heat mod. And we're gonna test out the weapon like so. My friends, for the record, I do not recommend Rivens for Dispo 1 weapons. Now, if this one gets at least Dispo 2, and I think it will, simply, I don't think this is gonna become a super popular weapon, then sure, by all means, go get some Rivens. But right now with Dispo 1, the values are simply not all that high. It's not 100% worth it from my humble point of view. Now, of course, if you love a weapon and if you want to get the most you can out of it, by all intents and purposes, go get yourself a nice Riven. I would skip the critical chance and critical damage. I would go with damage, multi-shot, harmless, negative as a quote-unquote ideal Riven, if you will. Now, the negative can be something like minus puncture. That's actually a good idea. And if it can roll minus impact, that would be even better. So, there you go. And speaking about there you go, let me show you the weapon buffer number 1. Is that even English? It doesn't matter. Lady Mirage Prime, my friends. Yes, we're gonna bump up everything with Warframe buffs. Now, Mirage is a fantastic frame for obvious objective reasons. Let's have a look at the build. You can go with corrosive projection against Grenier. But if your build requires something like, I don't know, energy siphon or loot detector or perhaps even something like sprint boost, then by all intents and purposes go for those. Don't let corrosive projection be present on every single build. Honestly, it's not worth it and it doesn't really help you with targets which don't really have armor. So there you go. Of course, you can also use pistol lamp if you want to. Okay, 27% extra damage to secondary weapons. I know it says the pistols, but they are slow when it comes to changes such as that one. Now, for Arcanes, we're gonna go with Arcane Precision R5. This one is farmed from the third Eidolon down on Cetus on headshot, a 100% chance for plus 300% damage to pistols for 18 seconds. Fantastic Arcane. As for a second one, we could go for Avenger, but again, the point with the Velox is that it not only has a weak base critical chance, it also has a weak base critical multiplier. So from my point of view, forget about critical chance and critical damage. On this one, we can go with Awakening, and this one is super cheap, my friends. Super cheap. On reload, 60% chance for plus 150 damage to secondary weapons for 24 seconds. Of course, it's not as good as Precision, not as reliable, not as strong, but still, you can go for something like this. And just in case you are thinking about a Sentinel and the Vigilante mods, you are 100% right. That would be a fantastic idea for primary weapons, not for secondary weapons, my friends. It does nothing for secondary weapons. We're gonna be spawning in level 150 corrupted heavy goons. I'm gonna be unpausing the eye so they can hit me and I can... You thought I would say it. You thought I would. I didn't. Yes, we do not have Arcane Avenger. Now, I feel forced into making one very old claim. Pausing the targets does not cause them to take extra damage from my ranged attacks. This has not been the case for several years. Link the cards right now for a full demo on that one. Now, Mirage's free ability for a fantastic damage increase as well as her ever so lovely clones. Best animation in Warframe. And of course now the weapon has gone full monster, as you can see. I can tear through these targets like a hot knife through butter. The Velox is a decent secondary weapon as far as I'm concerned. It's got plenty of power for mostly any content in Warframe. The problem I have with this weapon lies in what it is. Another bullet hose with a pretty stumpy gimmick, I would say. The gimmick that it has, it does have an impact on the weapon's ammo consumption and all whatnot, but the problem is, it's lifeless, it's dead. What am I gonna tell my clanmates? Hey man, the new gun in Warframe doesn't consume ammo on every 5th shot. Honestly, I was looking for something a bit more exciting, but perhaps that's just me. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And if you got any sorts of feedback for me, by all means, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. Also in the comment section down below, if you guys got any particular suggestions for brand new content, I would love to hear about it. Though bear in mind, I can't exactly promise you that it will be done by next time or even within a week, because sometimes the content kind of takes a while to make. But what I can promise you is that I will be reading through each and every comment. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye. I really had fun with this one.